What's good, everybody? Hopefully you guys are doing good. So today we got another video here and another potential package on the way. It says right here. Now this can be a scary sight to wake up to, but there's some good news potentially, depending on how you look at things. Alright, so it says here, this is from CNN Politics, so this is not fake news, this is real news. Okay, so it says here, Democrats unveiled $3 trillion bug relief package and plan to vote this week. Alright, so let's go down and just go over some of the facts. As you can see here, it says House Democrats announced a sweeping new bug bill on Tuesday with a price tag expected to be more than $3 trillion, an amount that would stand as the largest relief package in history. Now, if we keep going here, like I said, I'm just here for the facts. Let's see. Okay, here we go. The package is expected to cost more than $3 trillion. According to a senior House Democrat aide, 3 other aides told CNN the price tag would be in the $3 trillion range. That would dwarf the stimulus measure enacted in March, which was more than $2 trillion, and at that time, the largest emergency aid in American history. The bill, which Democrats are calling the HEROES Act, would provide nearly $1 trillion for state and local governments, a $200 billion fund for essential worker hazard pay, an additional $75 billion for bug testing, tracing, and isolation efforts, and a new round of direct payments to Americans of up to $6,000 per household, according to a fact sheet released by the House Appropriations Committee. Alright, if we keep going down here, it says progressives express frustration over priorities left out of the bill. And let's see what we got. It says here, but the bill unveiled by House Democrats does not provide recurring payments. Instead, it includes a second round of one-time payments to Americans. So basically at this point, it looks like they're in the negotiation stages. That's what's in the bill. Looks like some Republicans don't support it, some do. But this is important here. Without some Republican support, the House bill cannot pass in the Senate, which is pretty important. And Pelosi said during an interview it would be an endless amount of money if we put our wish list for the future in there, but that is not the case. Sometimes I get a little heat from my own folks who say, why can't we do this in this bill? Because that's not what the bill is about. This bill is for the purpose. It's a big price, but it's a big problem. Something about Lindsey Graham saying the bill is dead on arrival in the Senate. Basically what we're seeing here is these guys are going to have to figure out how they're going to compromise, because elections are coming up. Now, like I said, whoa, sorry guys, this is a scary sight, remember? So, with the elections coming up, a lot is going to be happening. So what Democrats might want to do here is they're going to try to appeal and say, hey, we're trying to pass all these packages down here. We're trying to give money. We're trying to help out. But the Republicans, they want Americans to struggle. They're not helping them out. And this is why we are in the state that we're in. People are struggling. We have high unemployment numbers. Some estimates say the greatest since the Great Depression. Now what's going to probably come out from the Republican side is they're going to want to open up businesses. And the Democrats are probably going to say, no, if we open up businesses, we're going to have another spike, and then we have to do this thing all over again. So we need to have an indefinite shutdown just so we can see what's going to happen. Like I said, it's going to be interesting to see how things play out. Both sides are going to have to nudge at some point to come to some type of resolution. However, we'll have to see, because for example, I don't know if you guys are aware, however, breaking news, LA County stay-at-home order will likely remain in place for next 3 months, which that's pretty big news, guys. Another 3 months. We're looking at mid-July to August. That's gonna be tough. And this is from ABC 7 Eyewitness News. This is from Los Angeles. Pelosi unveils $3 trillion bug package with $1,200 direct cash aid to individuals. So it's confirmed, guys. This is basically what they're planning to do. The so-called HEROES Act from Democrats is built around nearly $1 trillion for states, cities, and tribal governments to avert layoffs, focused chiefly on $375 billion for smaller suburban and rural municipalities largely left out of earlier bills. The bill will offer a fresh round of 1,200 direct cash aid to individuals, increased to up to $6,000 per household, and launches a $175 billion housing assistance fund to help pay rent and mortgage. There is $75 billion more for bug testing. It would continue through January. The $600 per week boost to unemployment benefits. It adds a 15% increase to food stamps and new hope for paying employer-backed health coverage. For businesses, it provides an employer retention tax credit. There's $200 billion in hazard pay for essential workers on the front line of the crisis. And if we continue here, Pelosi says some stuff. Trump, as you guys already know, has signed into law nearly $3 trillion in aid by Congress, the one that already was given out. And it says here the popular payroll protection program, which has been boosted in the past bills, would see another $10 billion to ensure underserved communities and nonprofit organizations have access to grants through a disaster loan program. Another $600 million in funding to tackle the issue of rapid spread of the bug in state and federal prisons, along with $600 million in help to local police departments for salaries and equipment. Essentially, this is why this is such a mess. $3 trillion, it sounds nice. Let's just take one perspective. However, how are you going to allocate it? That's why things are so tricky, is how do you make sure that people get an even amount for this stuff? It's basically impossible to make sure everybody gets what they need and everybody has the right amount. That's why the situation is so tricky. You got one side, they want the money to be spent one way, another side wants it to be spent another way, and this is why it takes a while for anything to get done, anything to pass, because they both have their own interests that they're trying to pursue, both sides, left or the right. Like I said, I'm neither one. I'm more independent. I like things from the left. I like things from the right. I dislike things from the left. I dislike things from the right. So we'll have to wait and see what's the resolution, because something is probably going to have to get done. They already passed $3 trillion. At this point, what are they waiting for? Just pass another $3 trillion. Just keep printing money, and hopefully this thing lasts for as long as it can. But we just got to wait and see. So we got ABC7 and we got CNN, and then over here I got this is NBC News. So this is what the House Democrats are pushing for, the new bill, $1,200 per person, and the vote will be later this week. So I guess at this point we're just gonna have to wait, and they're basically just saying the same thing. Governors are calling for huge stimuluses. Okay, here we go. 33 million Americans out of work and filing for jobless benefits. Okay, so there you go. 33 million Americans out of work. That's a big number, guys. 33 million in the course of a couple months. Businesses are still having a hard time opening back up, which means finding a new job is going to be difficult unless you're trying to work remotely or you have an online business or something where you're allowed to operate. It's going to be pretty tough. And this is from Fortune.com. It says the same thing. IRS says more stimulus on the way and explained why yours may not be the amount you expect. That's not good news. Alright, and the last thing is from NPR. It says, want your stimulus check direct deposited? Sign up by noon Wednesday. If you haven't got your bug relief payment yet and would like to receive it by direct deposit, make sure the IRS has your bank account information before noon Wednesday. Today is Tuesday. So you can head over to the IRS website by noon on Wednesday. If the IRS doesn't have your direct deposit information by that deadline, you'll still get a payment, but you'll receive it in the form of a paper check, which might not arrive until June. Wow. So this is probably going to mostly affect the older people because it's kind of hard to set it up online. If you're older, you're not as tech savvy, you're used to getting the paper checks, that's a long time. So this thing basically broke out in March, early March, mid-March, end of February, April, May, June. That's about 3-4 months to wait for the check. That's tough. But it looks like the criteria is still the same here. Citizens and residents earning less than $75,000, individual adjusted gross income are generally eligible for a $1,200 relief payment. Individuals earning more may be eligible for a partial payment. Okay, so you're gonna have to go to the Get My Payment before Wednesday if you want to get your check if you haven't got it yet. Alright guys, so that's the main updates for now. As more information comes out, I'll make a video so you guys kind of know what's happening and you can keep up to date with all this stuff. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to give it a like and don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Until next time, peace.